Tadaima.
おかえり、シロ
Fujine turns around, munching on a rice cracker. The TV show is a loud variety show.
もう、またこんな時間に帰ってきて。冬は日が暮れるのが早いんだから、もっと早くに帰ってきなさいって言ったでしょ。
Yeah, I guess the curfew is 6. We came at like around 8.
だから早く帰ってきてるだろ。8時までのバイトを選んでるんだから、これ以上無茶言わないでくれ。で、さくらはどうしたんだよ。なんか晩飯の支度だけはできてるみたいだけど。
さくらちゃんなら早めに帰ったわよ。今日は用事があるからって晩ご飯だけ作ってくれたの。
Fujine says so happily. As far as she's concerned, anyone who cooks for her is a good person.
そっか。確かにしばらくはその方がいいかもしれないな。最近は物騒だし、いっそ新学期まで晩飯は俺が作ろうか。
反対。シロ帰ってくるの遅いじゃない。それからご飯作ってたら食べるの10時過ぎになっちゃうよ。
あのね、そこに自分家で食べるという選択肢はないのか、あんたは。
Yeah, don't you have your own home?
だからここが私の家だよ。
Or is this your home? Fujine seems puzzled. Honestly, I'm not sure if that makes me happy or sad.
わかったよ。藤姉に飯を作れなんて無理難題を言ってもしょうがねえ。それはいいけど、足元のそれなんだよ。また余計なものを持ってきたんじゃないだろうな。
Fujine has a terrible habit of leaving junk in my place. Large bowls from restaurants, a heavy teapot she got in a shopping district, a strange guitar that plays by itself. I think she thinks of this place as some kind of warehouse.
ちょっと見せてみろ。ゴミだったら捨てるから。
Well, don't you like junk though, Shiro? I guess you mean like machines instead of like, I guess, souvenirs?
これうちで余ったポスターだけど。
Fujine hands me the poster. It's probably some infamous idol or something.
どれどれ?
Here we have a military-style guy with his thumbs up on a cheap-looking blue sky background. In letters like blood, it reads, Love's lovely Rangerland. Please join the Self-Defense Force. Hold on, this is an army recruiting poster.
それいらないからあげるね。
俺だっていらねえよこんなの。
Oh, don't you want to be a hero? That's one way, I guess. I roll up the poster and hit Fujine with it.
へへん、外れ。
Miss. But Fujine deflects my attack with a poster she had hidden and counterattacks mercilessly. Bam! The poster lightly knocks my... Wow! Stars! I saw stars!
シロの腕で私に当てようなんて甘いわよ。悔しかったらもうちょっと腕を磨きなさいね。
Oh yeah, they mentioned again that Fujimura sensei is like a fifth Dan Kendo? Somebody? Well, she's an expert basically.
そんな問題じゃないだろう今の。なぜに紙のポスターがかような破壊音を。
And oh yeah, also that poster was very heavy. Could this be the skill of a master?
ごめんごめん。こっちのポスター初回特典版なんで豪華鉄板仕様だった。
Steal?
シロ、頭大丈夫？
藤ね、いつか絶対に人を殺すぞ。その性格。
へへ、その時はシロがお嫁にもらってくれるから安心かな。
Really? Aren't you a little too old? Age difference? I mean, wow. I guess it doesn't matter after Shiro's old enough.
全速でお断りです。そんな天然殺人鬼を相方にもらう気はないやい。
私そんな物騒なのじゃないと思う。
やっぱり得てしてそういう連中は自覚がないっていうのは本当だったのか。
How true, how true. I have to watch out or I'll be killed.
ふんだ、言ってなさい。そんなことよりシロ、私お腹減った。今まで待ってたんだから早くご飯の用意しよう。
Fujine stands up. How strange. Fujine is helping out, even if it's only setting up the dishes. She must be really hungry.
はいはい。じゃあ藤姉は皿と茶碗な。ご飯ぐらい告げるだろ。
告げるよ。ねえシロ、私丼でいいかな。
いいんじゃないか。今日はさくらもいないし、どうせ飯は余るし。
よしよし。それじゃ、シロもお揃いね。
Fujine pours rice into 2 bowls. Ah well, I was gonna have seconds anyway. And besides, if I argue with Fujine, she'll take my dinner away. And to add, chaotic dinners like this have been common scenes for many years now. I guess without Sakura, this is just the norm. The day ends. Finishing a rowdy dinner and seeing Fujine off, I take a bath. After that, I practice my daily routine in the shed. I complete it as usual and go to sleep. It's 1 in the morning. The day ends peacefully without any troubles. One in the morning. Is that usually when he goes to sleep? 1 in the morning. He wakes up at around like 5:30. Very little sleep. And Miyashiro, you're a growing boy. Gotta get some sleep. I'm in the fire. Collapsing buildings and burning people. No matter how far I run, the scenery is always red. This is a vision from 10 years ago. A memory of a distant past I haven't remembered in a while. I run through it, as if recreating the scene. There's no escape, even though I know it's a dream. I run, and keep running. In the end, where I end up is how I'm saved after running out of energy. I wake up with a bad feeling. I feel my forehead and I find that I'm sweating a lot even though it's winter. It's already past 6 o'clock. In the kitchen, I can hear the sound of the kitchen knife cutting something. There's no time to be impressed. I have to get ready quickly and go help fix breakfast.
シロ、今日どうするのよ。土曜日だから午後はアルバイト？
いや、バイトは入ってないよ。一世のところで何かやってると思うけど、それがどうかしたか？
別に。暇だったら道場の方に遊びに来てくんないかなーって。私、今月ピンチなのだ。
ピンチって何がさ？
お財布事情がピンチなの。誰かがお弁当作ってくれると嬉しいんだけどな。
断る。自業自得だ。たまには一食ぐらい抜いた方がいい。
I shouldn't skip a meal, that's not very healthy. Though I wonder, is she not making enough just being a teacher? I guess she also mentioned a dojo? What does that mean?
で、シロには期待してないもん。私が頼りにしてるのはさくらちゃんだけなんだから。ね、さくらちゃん。
はい。私と同じものでよろしければ用意しておきますね、先生。
オッケーオッケー。じゃあ今日は一緒にお昼を食べましょう。
Breakfast continues as usual. Another peaceful day. And every time they just describe what they're eating. It makes me hungry every time they do that. Today, along with the usual, there's simmered lotus root with chicken. I don't think she has to make anything this elaborate for breakfast, but I think she made a lot of it to take for lunch too. Sakura is a member of the archery club, and Fujine is in charge of the archery club. It's natural for them to share lunches. No, I guess, oh yeah, they meant dojo as in like the archery range, right? Is that what she means by being at the dojo? Because there's like two dojos, right? There's the dojo, I guess, the archery club, and the dojo here in the Emiya residence. I was wondering if there's like, are they like, do they have classes here as well, or maybe not? I think Shiro said, like no one really uses the dojo except him, I guess.
そういえばシロ、今朝は遅かったけど、なんかあった？
Fujine looks at me, sipping her miso soup. Jeez, she's usually slow, but she gets sharp only at times like this.
昔の夢を見た。寝覚めがすっげえ悪かっただけで、あとはなんともない。
なんだ、いつものことか。なら安心かな。
Fujine ends the conversation like she's not interested. I'm not worried at all about it either, so I shouldn't get mad about it. 10 years ago, I used to have nightmares back when I couldn't get the fire out of my mind. But I saw less of it as time passed. I'm well over it now that I can let it slide even after dreaming about it. But I guess it was pretty bad back then. Since Fujine has been here since that time, she's sensitive to my change.
シロ、食欲はある？今朝に限ってないとかない？
ない。なんともないんだから、人の夢にかこつけて飯を横取りするな。
シロが強くなってくれて嬉しいけど、もうちょっと繊細でいてくれた方がいいな、お姉ちゃんは。
そりゃこっちのセリフだ。もうちょっと可憐になってくれた方がいいぞ。
We make fun of each other without looking at each other. That proves my liveliness, and Fujine laughs with relief. To be honest, I'm glad she's worrying. But she'll be elated if I thank her, so I act like I'm discontented. Not knowing the circumstances, Sakura looks puzzled at the way we're acting. That face. After Fujine leaves, we lock the house and leave.
先輩、今日の夜から月曜日までお手伝いに来れませんけどよろしいですか？
別にいいよ。だって土日だろ？さくらだって付き合いがあるんだから気にすることないぞ。
そんな違います。そういうんじゃないです。本当に個人的な用事でちゃんと部活にだって出るんですから。だから何かあったら道場に来てくれれば何とかします。
Why is she so defensive all of a sudden?
別に土日だからって遊びに行くわけじゃないです。だから変な勘違いはしないでもらえると助かります。
Question mark, question mark, question mark. Sakura's acting suspicious and she looks very tense. I don't know why, but I guess she just means she can't come over this weekend. And she's making it very clear that she's not having a good time because of it, I think.
わかった。なんかあったら道場に行くよ。
はい、そうしてもらえれば嬉しいです。
Sakura looks relieved. And when she looks down, her face suddenly stiffens.
先輩って。
Sakura is staring at my left hand. Looking down at it, it's bleeding.
あれ？
I pull up my sleeve. There is certainly blood there.
なんだこれ。昨日の夜ガラクタいじってて切ったかな。
It doesn't hurt at all. There's just a welt on there. The welt goes straight from my shoulder down to my hand, and it looks like kind of like a small snake running from my shoulder to my hand.
ま、痛みもないし、すぐに引くだろう。大丈夫。気にするほどじゃない。
Well, usually in any kind of story, when someone says don't worry about it, it's nothing. You worry about it, it's probably something.
はい。先輩がそう言うのでしたら、気にしません。
Well, perhaps she's feeling bad from seeing the blood, as Sakura looks away and falls silent. I leave Sakura, who has club activities, and head to the school building. The schoolyard is full of spirited students running around. But still, there's something oddly wrong here. The school is like it always is. The students at morning practice are lively, and the new school building is spotless.
気のせいか、これ。
Well, this is where we learn, if you remember again from the prologue, this is where we learn that someone has set up a boundary field. And maybe Shiro is kind of picking up on that, but he doesn't know exactly what it is, because he's not really a full magus or anything. You know? It's just an intuition, I think. Well. But when I close my eyes, the air completely changes. The school building is covered with stains like membranes, and the students running around the schoolyard seem like empty dolls.
疲れてるのかな、おい。
Yeah, he doesn't know how to explain it, this feeling. I shake my head and head towards the school. School ends early on Saturdays. Classes end before noon, and after I finish helping Issei, the sun is starting to set.
さて、そろそろ帰るか。
I pack up and leave my classroom. And then...
なんだ、まだ学校にいたんだ、エミヤ。
And then I uppercut his chin. I bump into Shinji. There are a couple of girls behind him, being rowdy. Again, I don't understand. Why does he just have a group, like, I don't, like, why does he have a harem? It doesn't make sense. He's just a horrible person. I don't get it.
やることもないくせに、まだ残ってたの？ああ、そうか。また生徒会にごますってたわけね。いいね、エミヤは。部活なんてやんなくても内心稼げるんだからさ。
生徒会の手伝いじゃないぞ。学校の備品を直すのは生徒として当たり前だろ。使ってるのは俺たちなんだから。
よく言うよ。エミヤに言わせればなんだって当たり前だからね。そういういい子ぶりが勘に触るって前に言わなかったっけ？
Didn't I tell you that I just hate your face?
すまん。よく覚えていない。それ、シンジの口癖だと思っていたから、どうも聞き流してたみたいだ。
そうかい。それじゃあ学校にあるものなら何でも直してくれるんだ、エミヤは。
何でも直すなんて無理だ。せいぜい面倒見るぐらいだが。
よし。なら頼まれてくれよ。うちの弓道場さ、今割と散らかってるんだよね。弦も巻いてないのが溜まってるし、安土の掃除もできてない。
Are we gonna do this favor even though... I mean, I personally don't like him. But also, like, he's treating Sakura, well, horribly. Like...
暇ならさ、そっちの方もよろしくやってくれないかな。
Why are we giving him the time of the day? Emiya Shiro?
元弓道部員だろ。生徒会になんか尻尾振ってないで、たまには僕たちの役に立ってくれ。
ちょっと先輩、それって先輩が藤村先生に言われてたことじゃなかった？そうですよ。ちゃんとやっておかないと明日怒られますよ。
でもさ、 今から片付けしてたら店閉まるじゃん。そこの人がやってくれんならそれでいいんじゃないの？
悪いよ。それに部外者に後片付けなんかできるわけないし。そうでもないんじゃない？あの人元弓道部員だってシンジが言ってるしさ。任せちゃえばいいのよ。
They're getting rowdy behind Shinji. It seems they're an archery club, but they must be members that Shinji recruited recently, as I don't know them.
じゃあ、あとはよろしく。鍵の場所は変わってないから、勝手にやっといてよ。文句ないよね、エミヤ。
ああ、構わないよ。どうせ暇だったから、たまにはこういうのも悪くない。
サンキュー。それじゃあ行こうぜみんな。つまんない雑用はあいつがやっといてくれるってさ。
And I guess the girls behind him don't really care because they just want to go on there. Well, I don't know, go to a shop or something, just hang out.
あ、待ってよ先輩。あ、じゃああとはよろしくお願いしますね先輩。
The cleaning ends quite easily as I know the place well. It took a while as it's quite big, but it was fun cleaning the place I used until a year and a half ago. I picked up a bow, thinking it might be okay to shoot just once, but since it wasn't mine, I decided not to. If I ever want to, I could just bring my own bow and come here. When I look at the clock, it's way past curfew. It's a little after 7 o'clock. The gates should be closed by now, so there's no reason to rush now. But still, was this dojo always this dirty? There are loads of places that look unkept.
ここまで来たら1時間も2時間も変わらないか。
This is what happens. You're trying to do everyone a favor, you end up being a big old pushover. Yo, Emiya Shiro. Started this, so I'll finish the job. Still don't get why we're just doing this for Shinji. We should just fucking beat him up already. But I guess, well, we're not just doing it just for Shinji, we're doing it for everyone at the archery club. So, I guess that's how Shiro justifies it, I think. The wind is blowing. It's so cold that my cheeks are getting numb. Ryuki City isn't usually cold during the winter, but it is cold tonight of all nights. My breath hangs around as a white cloud.
なんだ、暗いと思ったら月が隠れてるのか。
There's no light in the sky when I look up. Because of the strong winds, the clouds are moving fast. It's past curfew and there's no sign of life in this empty school. It seems this place is filled only with chill, as is all silent. Oh boy. Just now, I think I hear something.
確かに聞こえる。校庭の方か。
This night, I must have been curious about the sound that broke the silence. To investigate it, I find myself heading there even though I somehow know that I mustn't. I go to the schoolyard.
人？
Well, they only look like that from a distance. It's a dark night with no light. If I want to know more, I have to go closer to the schoolyard. I can hear the sounds louder now. It's the sound of metal hitting metal. That must mean someone's fighting with weapons there.
バカバカしい。何考えてるんだ、俺。
I dismiss the image from my mind with a bitter smile and walk on. At that time, maybe my instincts noticed the danger, as I hid myself as I approached. I don't know if this was fortunate or not. But anyways, when I get by a tree that's big enough to hide myself, I take a closer look at the source of the sound. My mind stops completely. There's something strange there. You don't say. A man in red and a man in blue. They're dangerously armed, and as their ominous appearance suggests, they're actually slashing at each other. Well, they're probably just filming a movie, that's what it is. Don't worry about it, just go home, Shiro. I can't understand. I can't follow them with my eyes. My brain does not work properly, faced with their impossible movements. But the clang of their weapons tells me that they're trying to kill each other. I just knew immediately when I saw them. They are not human. They're probably just things that look like humans. I can tell because I'm learning magic. Anyone would realize they're not human. After all, humans can't move like that. There's something no one should associate with. They're anime. That's what they are. I can feel their murderous intent even from a distance. I'm going to die. My body understands faster than my brain that I will definitely die if I stay here. That's why my heart is racing so fast. As a living thing like them, I sense that they're living things made only to kill. They're using weapons made only to kill. I remember the murder yesterday. They said the family was killed with some weapon like a sword. I shouldn't watch any longer, but my body wouldn't follow my commands. I can't even breathe. My mind wants to run away, but my judgment tells me I'll be seen the moment I run away. More than the conflict within me, my body is just numb. Even though I'm over 40 meters away, I can't breathe properly. It's like I have a spear pointed right at my back. The sounds stop. The figures separate and stand facing each other. The moment I feel relief at the end of their battle, I sense an even stronger intention to kill. My heart stops. The numbness in my body becomes convulsions, and I clench my teeth to try to hold my trembling body. An overwhelming amount of magical energy is flowing into the guy in blue. Kiritsugu showed me once what it's like to draw in magical energy from the surroundings. It was a beautiful magic that impressed even an amateur like me. But that thing is different. Just as even the simple task of drinking water could seem ugly if it goes too far, what he's doing is so excessive that anyone with knowledge of magical energy would hate it. He's going to die. The guy in red is going to die. It's a blow with that much concentrated magical energy. There's no way he'll be able to survive it. He'll die. He's not human, so something merely like a human will die. That's something I can just ignore? That doubt takes my mind off of them. The binds in my body disappear, and the instant I take a deep breath. Oh no! The guy in blue stares at me. Who's hiding? The blue guy's body sinks. Just that motion tells me that I'm his target now. My legs start running automatically. I finally realize that it is to escape death. I put all the energy in my body into running away. I don't know how fast I run, but before I know it, I'm in the school building. I regret my actions, panting heavily. I should have run into town to get away. What am I doing, fleeing to such a deserted place? And a school of all things. Isn't there some better place to hide than here? Anyways, why do I think I'll be killed if I don't escape? My heart aches from running so much. Turning around, I can sense nothing pursuing me. The only sound in the air is the sound of my footsteps. So, I can finally rest. I stop my feet, unable to take another step, send oxygen to my pumping heart, and look up to finally realize that I'm safe. I recall the scene from earlier while catching my breath. Anyway, I'm sure that it wasn't something I should have seen. Some things like humans were fighting in the school grounds. That's all I can remember. But there was something else I saw, out of the corner of my eye.
もう一人誰かいた気がするけど。
Was there? But I can't remember what that figure looked like. To be honest, I didn't have the composure to notice anything other than those two fighting.
けどこれでともかく。
追いかけっこは終わりだろ。
Noni? The voice comes from right in front of me.
いや、割と遠くまで走ったな、お前。
I can't breathe. My brain stops, and even though I cannot think, I vaguely understand that I'm going to die.
逃げられないってのは、お前自身が誰よりも分かってたんだろう。何？やられる側ってのは得てしてそういうもんだ。別に恥じることじゃない。
The lance is casually raised.
運が悪かったな、坊主。ま、見られたからには死んでくれや。
Blech. And the man's lance mercilessly pierces Emiyashiro's heart. There wasn't even time to dodge it. All the training I did was for nothing. I knew I was going to be killed. I knew I was going to be pierced by that lance, yet I could not move at all. The world distorts. My body grows cold. Feeling vanishes from my fingertips. I cough up blood once. More blood should have come up, but it only happens once. Perhaps the man's lance is special. The blood slowly clots, and the heart that should have exploded stops working with just a single pierce. I can't see well. There's no feeling in me. I feel like a jellyfish floating in the dark sea at night. I don't feel any pain already. The world is white, and only I am black. So rather than feeling like I'm dead, it's more like the world around me has disappeared. I know this. I felt this 10 years ago. This is how someone feels when dying.
死人に口なしってな。弱い奴がくたばるのは当然といえば当然だが。
I cannot concentrate on my vision.
まったく嫌な仕事をさせてくれる。このざまで英雄とは笑い草だ。
I can only hear voices.
分かっている。文句はないさ。女のサーバントは見たんだ。おとなしく戻ってやるよ。
A voice filled with irritation, and after that, I hear footsteps running through the hallway.
アーチャーか。蹴りをつけておきたいところだが、マスターの方針を破るわけにもいくまい。まったく、いけすかねえマスターだこと。
The voice suddenly disappears. I guess he jumped out the window or something. And after that, footsteps approach me and stop. In that brief period, more footsteps. I can't hear much now.
追ってアーチャー。ランサーはマスターのところに戻るはず。せめて相手の顔ぐらい把握しないと。
Whose voice was that? I concentrate on my fading mind, but I can't remember anything. Right now, my breathing is too noisy. My lungs must still be alive. The air coming out of my mouth is as loud as a hurricane.
その割にはまだ死んでないってのはすごいな。
I sense someone looking in my face. Perhaps my breathing was loud as a figure tries to close my mouth and...
やめてよね。なんだってあんたが。
I hear the person grit their teeth. Then they touch me without hesitation.
破損した臓器を寄贈して代用。その間に心臓一つ丸々修復か。 こんなの成功したら時計塔に一発合格ってレベルじゃない。
A pain-filled voice. With that, my mind stops fading. Feeling returns to my body. Slowly, bit by bit, like a drop of water going down a leaf, feeling returns to my body. What is the person doing? The person is sweating and places their hand on my chest with all their heart. When I notice, the place where the person placed their hand is terribly hot. It must be so hot that the frozen blood melted and started to flow again. I sense someone take a deep breath and sit down.
疲れた。
I hear a clang of something falling.
まあ仕方ないか。ごめんなさい父さん。あなたの娘はとんでもなく薄情者です。
And that's it. The person speaks to mock themselves and leaves. My heart resumes its activity, and then my mind stops. This is not the sleep of death. This is a restful sleep, to recover the energy to wake up again. And we're back. I wake up. I feel sick. My whole body is in pain, and I have a sharp headache each time my heart throbs. You were saved. That's what happened, Chiro. I can't remember because of the sharp headache. My body is cold, probably from lying on the floor for a long time. The only certain thing is my ripped uniform and my own blood on the floor. I get up with a hazy head. The spot where I was lying looks like a murder scene. Had my chest pierced? Bearing the pain, I entered the closest classroom. Moving to the locker with unsteady steps, I take out a mop and a bucket. Gotta clean up after yourself, I guess? I'm still confused. Why do I still have to clean up when I've just met something totally outrageous and being killed instantly? Am I an idiot? I mean, probably. I wipe the floor with the mop. With unsteady hands, I manage to get the blood wiped off and pick up any trash lying around and put it in my pocket. Maybe I'm destroying the evidence. I'm still in a daze, so perhaps that's why I'm doing something so absurd. Even picking up the trash, eh? I put back the mop and bucket and leave the school like a zombie. I get hotter as I walk. The air is so cold, but it feels like my body is burning. I guess we're just gonna go home. When I get home, the day has already changed. There's no one home. Neither Fujine nor Sakura is around now. I collapse to the floor. I lie on the ground and finally calm down. I take a deep breath. When I inhale, my heart cries in pain as if cracking apart. No, that's wrong. It wasn't just cracked. It had a hole in it. But it healed. The wound tries to open up again when I inhale.
殺されかけたのは本当か。
No, that's wrong too. I wasn't almost killed. I was actually killed. But I'm still alive in spite of that, because someone saved me.
誰だったんだあれ。例ぐらい言わせてほしいもんだけど。
I wonder who it was. We already know. You remember the prologue, obviously. Since the person was there, that person might have something to do with them. That makes no difference to the fact that the person saved me. I have to thank them one of these days. The moment I let my guard down, the pain returns. At the same time, I feel like vomiting. I guess the healing process isn't so perfect. I sit up and resist the sickness. I place my hand on my bare chest where my uniform is ripped. Even though I was saved, I did have a hole in my chest. That feeling. Such an unpleasant feeling. A spearhead entering my body isn't something I can forget easily.
くそ、しばらく夢に見るぞこれ。
If I close my eyes, it feels like the lance is still in me. I shake off that illusion and try to calm down.
よし、落ち着いてきた。
The result of all that training every night. Just taking a few deep breaths clears my mind, and the heat and nausea vanish from my body.
それで、あれのことだけど。
A man in blue and a man in red. They looked human, but I don't think they were. Were they like ghosts or something? But I've never heard of ghosts with form able to associate directly with people. I guess he's saying. I was thinking he was saying were they like ghosts? I was thinking like as an exaggeration, but actually, I guess in this world of magic, ghosts actually exist. But I guess they're not ghosts. And they were talking too. If they have their own will, it's hard for me to think of them as ghosts. I've heard that the only ghosts with a body are spirits. Or aren't they shaped differently from humans?
いや、問題はそんなじゃなくて。
There's another fundamental problem. Those two were killing each other. Or those two who were killing each other. The murderous burglar that had appeared in the neighborhood. The ongoing ominous events in Fuyuki City. And I assume Shiro was never really told about what exactly happened 10 years ago, I assume. About the, well, the Holy Grail War. I don't think he was ever told about anything about that by Kiritsugu. All I can tell with such thoughts is that it's way out of my league.
こんな時、親父が生きてれば。
Yeah, if he was still alive, he'd probably tell you about this. Perhaps because the wound on my chest is so vivid, I complain about things I shouldn't.
まあ抜け。わからなくても、自分にできることをやるって決めてるじゃないか。
Complaining comes later. First, I have to decide whether or not it's my concern. Oh no. The bell hung from the ceiling rings. This is a Magus's house, even if only a poor one. There's a boundary field that alerts me when a stranger enters the property.
こんな時に泥棒か。
As I speak, I realize my foolishness. Yeah, is it really a burglar? Are you... That can't be it. With this timing, right after that strange incident, that can't be it. There's an intruder. Not a burglar, but an assassin who's here for my life. Because I remember that guy saying, "You saw us, so die." The house is filled with silence. In the silent darkness, the murderous intent I felt at school is slowly drawing closer. My throat gulps. I feel a sharp chill running down my spine. I will be instantly pierced if I move from this room. Yep. Revived only just to be killed again. I frantically contain the scream about to escape from my mouth. The instant I release it, the assassin will happily jump in and take the opportunity to kill me. If that happens, it will be just like before. Unprepared, I will be pierced by that lance again. The moment I think about it, my breathing goes wild. Damn it. I'm ashamed that I'm about to give up my saved life so easily and that I'm afraid. Gritting my teeth and holding my chest, I try to restrain myself. I should get used to it. This is the second time. This is the second time I'm about to be killed. That alone is enough to make me want it to end differently from last time. Besides, I'm a magus. What have I been learning for the past 8 years if I can't even protect my own life? No, you're not, well, you're an apprentice magus, I guess. That's what Shiro means. Enough thinking. Right now, I just have to counter the intruder. Even though I'm a magus, all I can do is strengthen something that could be a weapon. To fight, I need a weapon. The shed has lots of things that could become weapons, but it's too far away. If I'm attacked when I leave the living room, it will just be a repeat of what happened earlier. It'll be difficult, but I have to find a weapon here. Well, there's a kitchen, right? Right there. Can you grab something from there? Something long and thin would be best. My opponent's weapon is a lance, so something like a knife won't do. Well, yeah, I guess a knife is too short. At least compared to a spear. It would be great if there was a wooden sword or something, but of course there's nothing. If anything here could be a weapon, it's... Well, which poster is it? Is it the one with steel plates? That could be something. I'm disappointed. But despite that, I'm determined even in this hopeless situation. Things are already as bad as they can be, but they can't get any worse. So all I have to do is run forward until I run out of energy. With the words that I suggest my reconstruction, I channel the magical energy into the 60cm long poster. The Japanese Self-Defense Force recruitment poster? Or was it like, was it the one, I was thinking there's two posters, right? That's the one, there's the recruitment poster, and there's the one with the steel plates. But I assume the one with the steel plates belongs exclusively to Fujimura Sensei, so I think he has it with her. So this is just the normal one. I have to turn into something that can repel that lance, so I need to channel the magical energy into every corner and solidify it. I extend my consciousness. As if soaking my blood into the poster through my skin, I permeate magical energy into it. A sense that I've hit the bottom. Right before the magical energy overflows from it, I cut off all connection with the poster and shudder at the feeling of success. Is it the first time he's did this? Or is it like a... I don't know. Because we saw before, like he tried to do something similar, but it didn't work out. And he says he's always failed. But is this the first success? At strengthening? The poster is now as hard as metal. But it is as light as it was before, so I couldn't ask for a better sword. Yeah, you did it. Hooray! How many years has it been since I last succeeded this strengthening magic? Well, I guess, yeah, he didn't fail all the time. Kind of ironic. The magic I've never been able to achieve since Kiritsugu died is finally working in this kind of situation. Well,
ともあれこれで
be glad that it works now. I might be able to do something. I have some knowledge of how to use a sword. I hold the poster with both hands and stand up. I'll die anyway if I stay here. I don't think I will be able to flee even if I escape this house. But all I can do is run straight to the shed and make a stronger weapon. I guess that's the plan. Come if you're gonna come. It won't be like before, and the instant I think that, my whole spine shivers. When did he arrive? Appearing from the ceiling, the guy drops straight at me. From the ceiling? Is he Spider-Man? Silver light descends upon me. The guy that seems to have come straight through the ceiling descends to pierce my head. I frantically escape by rolling forward. Combat roll. He lands softly while I keep rolling. But I stop rolling and stand with my freshly made sword in hand. He turns to face me, looking bored.
余計な手間を。見えていればいたかろうと、俺なりの配慮だったのだがな。
He raises his lance again, seemingly uninterested. I don't know why, but he lacks the spirit he had at the school ground. In that case, I might be able to outwit him.
まったく、一日に同じ人間を二度殺す羽目になるとはな。いつになろうと、人の世は血生臭いということか。
The man is complaining as if he thinks nothing of me. I slowly move backwards. It's about 3 more meters of the window. Once out the window is about 20 meters to the shed. Then, I can run off this instant.
じゃあな、今度こそ迷うなよ、坊主。
He says blankly as if sighing it out. Pain assails my right arm. It happened in an instant. The man's lance is thrust without time for me to react. I would have faced my second death with that blow, but what prevented it was my newly made sword. He must have thought it was just paper. The lance, thrust as if the poster wasn't there, was deflected by it and only skinned my right arm.
ほう、変わった芸風だな、おい。
The man's expression goes away. His carelessness disappears, and he's now staring at me with beast-like eyes. I screwed up. I was just being stupidly optimistic when I thought I could do something. The thing before me is a monster beyond belief. Painfully, I realize my foolishness for letting my guard down even slightly against him. That's right. If I had been really desperate, I should have ran frantically to the window as soon as I miraculously avoided his first attack.
ただの坊主かと思ったが、なるほど。微弱だが魔力を感じる。心臓をうがたれて生きているってのはそういうことか。
He points his lance at me. I won't be able to block it. I can't possibly block that lightning-fast blow. If his weapon were a sword, I might have been able to at least prepare for it. But that's a lance. A sword follows a line, but a lance has a point. How am I supposed to block a blow from a point that I can't even see coming?
いいぜ。少しは楽しめそうじゃないか。
The man's body descends. In that instant, his lance is swung sideways. I blocked the lance coming at my face with just my instincts.
いい子だ。ほら次行くぞ。
There's a huge whirlwind. I don't know how he's moving the lance in this small room, but it makes a beautiful arc and comes to attack my body from the other side. My constructed sword moved to stop it, bends. Is he using a hammer? Damn, this numbness feels like I've broken the bones in my arms. I swing the sword instinctively. He must take me lightly as he hasn't pulled back his lance, so I flick away the shaft with my sword. The arms that hit it go numb. The sword bends even more, and the man's lance only moves slightly.
使えねえな。機械をくれてやったのに無駄な真似しやがって。まあ、魔術師に切り合いを望んでも仕方ねえんだろうが。
The man was just playing with me. A dog playing with his food. He let me hit him once, since I blocked him twice. But I used up my one and only chance for just a makeshift attack. That's why he sees no point in fighting me anymore.
拍子抜けだ。やはりすぐに死ねよ、坊主。
He readies his lance again. During that small, unnecessary movement, without looking behind me, I jump out the window. I break the window with my back and roll outside. I roll a few times, get up, and without a thought, I turn and swing behind me. The man hesitates a moment as I deflected his lance thrust. As I expected. If I jumped out the window, he would definitely come after me. He would kill me even before I could get up. That's why I expected the fatal blow and swung at it. You just knew that would happen. It was a bold plan. I would have died if it was a second too late or a second too early, but considering the difference in our skill, I could have never been too early. So all I had to do was get up as fast as possible and swing what was coming behind me. Genius. The result was perfect. I won my bet and deflected the man's lance. I quickly regained my balance. Now, I have to make it to the shed before he recovers.
飛べ。
Are? The man who has supposedly had his lance knocked away comes up to me empty-handed and spins and executes a roundhouse kick. Wah. Well, I guess Chiro didn't make a plan for that. However, the scenery flies past me. My battered chest is numb, and I cannot breathe. No, what's more surprising is I'm flying. And never in my dreams thought I would be sent flying by a mere roundhouse kick. I fall to the ground from my back. I hit the wall and come crashing down. I can't breathe. My vision is blurred. I manage to stand, supporting myself against the wall of my destination, the shed. All part of the plan. I track the man with my blurry vision. I must have been kicked 20 meters. The man approaches, lance in hand. I'll be killed. I'll definitely be killed. The man will be here in a second. If I don't want to die now, I have to get up and face him. The lance comes out at me. I can't even turn around fully. My collapsing body faces the man's lance. How fortunate. I got lucky as I couldn't hold myself up and my knees collapsed. The lance goes over my head and hits the door of the shed. Open yet. Oh. I guess we're just lucky. But how long can our luck hold up? So this is my last chance. If I go in the shed, there should be something I could use as a weapon. I enter the shed on all fours. There. A fatal, inescapable blow is thrust, and I block it. I unroll the poster and make it into a one-time shield. I guess you can do that. A huge impact. The opened up poster did block the lance, but it was not strong enough. It's pierced through and transforms back into its original paper. Hit by the impact of the thrust lance, I'm flung to the wall. I fall on my butt and recover myself. When I raise my head to try to find a weapon,
爪だ。今のは割と驚かされたぜ、坊主。
the man is pointing the lance at me. Well, I guess we didn't think this through. We gotta find a weapon, but he's right here, so it's not like we can take our time and find something. This is it. The man's lance is pointing directly at my heart. I know this. This is the smell of death I felt just a few hours ago.
しかし、わからねえな。起点は効くくせに魔術はからっきしときた。筋はいいようだが、まだ若すぎたか。
Do we have talent? I can't hear him. My mind is focused only on the weapon in front of me. It's only natural, because I'll die when that thing is thrust. What else can I think about now that things have ended up like this?
もしやとは思うが、お前が7人目だったのかもな。ま、だとしても、これで終わりなんだが。
The man's arm moves. The movement I couldn't even see before looks like in slow motion now. The running silver light. The spearhead moves straight for my heart. It will spill blood in the next second. I know this feeling. The feeling of metal running into me. The taste of blood coming up my throat. The sense of the world around me disappearing. I felt all of it earlier. And I have to experience it again? Really? Don't understand. Why do I have to go through this? This is bullshit. I can't accept this. I can't just die here meaninglessly. I was saved. I was saved, so I can't die so easily. I have to live and fulfill my obligations. If I die, I can't do that. The lance will pierce me. Spearhead will cut into my flesh and pierce my heart. It pisses me off. It's ridiculous to kill someone that easily. It's ridiculous for me to die so easily. Dying twice in one day, that's ridiculous as well. Damn. Everything is so screwed up that I can't contain it all in.
ふざけるな。俺は。
Won't be killed meaninglessly by someone like you. Truly, it...
何？
Noni? It appeared like magic. In a blinding light, it appears from behind me. My mind stops. All I know is that the figure who appeared is a girl. The moment it appears, it repels the lance thrust in my heart and steps up to the enemy without hesitation.
本気か。7人目のサーバントだと。
The man readies his deflected lance, and the girl swings something she's holding. Sparks fly twice. A strong swing. The man hesitates, receiving a heavy blow from the girl. He must realize he's at a disadvantage as he jumps out of the shed with bestial speed. While keeping her guard up against the man, she quietly turns to me. And we've gone full circle, I think. You've seen this scene before.